What's up, everybody?
Here we go.
This is episode 5 of the Mick&Mike podcast. Coming from you from, as Mike Luff just said on Instagram, the Tropolis. I'm looking for Lois Lane right now. She bust some head. But anyway, Mike Love was just asking me some of the topics we were going to talk about. We're going to talk about a little bit more about P. Diddy. Just a little bit.
That's what I'm talking about. Ravens.
Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about my NFL fantasy as we're looking at the final score of the Bears-Panthers game. Chicago beats the Panthers this week.
Y'all still suck.
36-10. It's all right, Caleb Williams. Keenan Allen is on my fantasy. Thank you for helping me out today.
I hate
my
the
work
Bears.
league.
I do.
Just not a Bears fan. And we're also going to talk about WWE Bloodline. And we're going to also speak on the Mr. McMahon documentary. If you are a fan of ours, you saw my video. Only a few of you saw it, but you can go back and watch it. It's all good. On the Mr. McMahon documentary, episode 1. In a few days, I will be reacting to episode 2. So check that out if you will.
Right.
No further ado, Mr. Michael Love. What's on your mind this week, Mike Love?
Oh, man. We're going to try to do a recap on the P. Diddy situation. We're going to talk about mixed fantasy football. It's always interesting and entertaining. Also, we're going to talk about the documentary. We're going to talk about the pay-per-view, the WWE pay-per-view, which happened last night. Bad Blood.
And, I said Bloodline. Good Lord.
Bad. Well, Bloodline was there. But,
just messing up all the way.
No, it's all good. I'm going to give it my ratings. My 5 stars or 1 star rating or what have you.
I disagree with Mike Love on a couple of them, but it's still pretty close. And you sent me the text. I did read it. Then I fell asleep on the phone.
Ain't that some stuff? Fall asleep when he's supposed to be doing homework.
Well, I was watching. I did watch the pay-per-view actually twice.
Oh, okay.
So
even better.
You know.
We even going to talk about, right now, we have a friendly rivalry going on, Michigan State, Michigan. Yeah, we ain't going Michigan State. It's Michigan State, Michigan. And we have a friendly wager between the both of us.
I'll let little brother have that one.
Yeah, well, can't be little brother if Michigan plays in the state of Michigan. But we're gonna see who has the number one, the better record, and who wins the game between both teams. Mm-hmm. So that's what the
I think right now they're both 4-2. Something like that, because I think they both lost Saturday.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And I know Michigan is 4-2 or 3-2, one or the other.
Are they?
I'm
Sure they're not 1-3.
Michigan, they won most of their games, just like Michigan State. That was it.
Bad luck.
Big win for Michigan actually last week against USC.
Yeah.
Sorry about I don't know what happened to them this week against Washington. But, you know, Washington played them last year in the national championship game.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know if that's really an upset. Both teams are...
They played against the Commanders. So, let's get into it, man.
They're not the Redskins no more.
Right. You can't call them that, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, they can't. We call them what we want.
That's just... insulting to some of the Native American people.
Right, but I'm not calling them that. Ooh,
we jailbreak.
Oh no, they got smashed anyway. We just having to check out the Panthers and the Bears.
The Ravens beat the Bengals, but Jamar Chase was great for me in fantasy. He got me like 41 points, Mike Love.
Yeah, I see. Why they keep showing all the teams that lost?
They showed the highlights of all the teams they lost. but let's get back to our people.
Well, the fantasy get with the fantasy draft.
Well, like
Your
in my
fantasy league.
family league, I'm gonna lose. I'll be 3-2 after this week. I don't remember who did what because I was disappointed because I was losing. But in my work league, where I will also be 3-2 because I'm gonna win this week. Sorry, my boy JJ. Red came up against the sports stock.
Yeah.
What can I say? Got 41 points out of Jamar Chase. Finally got a good game out of Kenny Pitts. I was getting ready to drop Kenny Pitts because 2 weeks ago he gave me last week he gave me a big donut.
Goose egg.
You know what I'm saying? And it was how do you get a donut from Kenny Pitts, right?
Mm.
And Kirk Cousins is his quarterback. I never understood it. A tight end, you didn't do nothing with Kirk Cousins playing quarterback, but you made up for it a little bit this week. I got a nice game after I bitched him last week. I got a nice game out of DeAndre Swift from the Bears, 73 yards and a TD. He helped me out a little bit this week. And I played that game without a kicker because my kicker is on a bye week, and I'm not going to do any roster moves over a kicker.
Okay.
Just for one bye week. Now, if he got hurt, I would look to pick up another one.
Right.
But for a bye week, you know, I just go without him, and it ended up working out for me because I'm pretty much won in a blowout fashion.
All right.
But then I'm getting smoked in my family league, and that's not right. I need to win that family league 1 year.
1 year. What's your record?
I'll be 3-2 after this week.
I'm talking about what's your record overall in the family league?
Oh, it's pretty positive. I've never had a losing season in a family league.
Oh, okay.
The highest I've ever finished was third place, though.
Oh, okay.
We've been doing it probably 5 or 6 years. But I want to talk a little bit about Raiders wide receiver Davante Adams. Davante Adams has made it clear he wants to be traded away from the Las Vegas Raiders. And a lot of teams are like, well, is he going to be a cancer to our locker room? And even some of the people want him to come play here for the Detroit Lions. And
Will that mess up the chemistry?
I don't think so, because they already have a strong locker room. So I think this would be a perfect place for him.
Well, who you giving up for him?
Picks. Maybe a couple of third rounds.
Yeah, but
You know, maybe
giving a
a
history.
player. Because he's 32 years old. He's getting a little older. Still a very productive receiver, though, and very good if he wants to be there. But, you know, things must be going bad for Raider Nation. Why do you want to leave Las Vegas? Have you been to Las Vegas?
Of course.
Don't you love Las Vegas?
I like it. I like
I
Las Vegas.
love Las Vegas.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, I don't know. You know, is there protection? I mean, what's the problem? I mean, you know,
I think he just doesn't like the direction the team is going. And killed their quarterback last year, Garoppolo. You know, even though one thing about Garoppolo, he's not gonna hurt you, but I don't know how much he helps you either. You know, he's a game manager.
okay.
And, you know, he's used to play with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is a little more than a game manager. And even Derek Carr, who's playing pretty well in New Orleans. Maybe he wants to go to New Orleans. I might leave, be more willing to leave.
It's more advertising, you think?
I might be willing to leave Vegas for New Orleans. Now, that's another great town with some great food.
Yeah.
And loose women.
Everywhere is loose women,
It's loose women. Yeah,
though. Maybe. I'm not, you know what? I'm not getting into a Charles Barkley rant about women, dog. That Barkley is San Antonio, boy. That's the funniest stuff I ever heard.
But I'm saying I wouldn't mind having him here because I believe our locker room it's already strong, and I don't believe he'll be a cancer to it. And we are good enough to where he might actually be happy here.
Where are you gonna put him though? I mean, if they don't get rid of none of the guys they got now.
Well, we sort of need a third receiver, although I believe his name is Fitzpatrick played well last week. So he'd be nice to have, but we not really in desperate need of him. But he will make us better. It's one of them situations. He'd be more of an icing on the cake.
Right, but what if they want
a delicious cake already?
What if they want a package? What if they say we're gonna package them and send them to the D, but we want Montgomery, we want something in the pack. I mean, it could happen. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't give up a starter for him.
So what are you gonna give up for him? It's gonna be more than picks.
I don't know. Now you don't understand how. Do you understand how valuable picks are in the NFL? Picks are very valuable in the NFL. Yeah. If you do it right in the NFL, you can build your team through the draft if you draft right.
But are you gonna give up a first round pick for him?
For a 32-year-old? Hell no. No.
But what if that's what they're trying to pursue?
Then they won't be able to trade him, I don't believe. I know I wouldn't give up a first round pick for him.
Right. I mean,
he just will be untradeable. But the thing is, he wants to go.
Right.
And he's a star. Okay? When a star really wants to go, it's in that team's best interest to let them go. So go ahead and trade them. Go ahead and get something for them. Because he could be a cancer to that locker room.
Right.
The Raiders right now
already
ain't the best situation.
Why not cut and release him?
He probably has too much guaranteed money on his contract to just let him go. But that would be the next option though. Like if he's going to be a problem, and
in order to gain
you might have to eat that money. They might have to eat that money. I'm saying is,
I hate Green Bay, dog.
Yes, the Packers just scored the touchdown, or is that game over?
I think this game is over.
Oh, they were playing the Rams.
Yeah,
the Rams, I believe, are 1-3. The Rams need a win. I hope the Rams get a win bad. I like the Rams.
I do too, but
like Mekhi Williams, I'm still a Matthew Stafford fan, even though he doesn't play here anymore.
I just hate Green Bay. I hate every team in the division. I swear, except the Lions.
Yeah, I think you need to scoot over a little bit more.
Oh yeah, I'm on both cameras. I see you.
Yeah, you can see now, but like a few minutes ago, all you can see now Mike Love is gone and he appears.
Oh hey y'all. Hey.
That's Mr. Love there. You can't. There's an Instagram video. Nobody watches me on Instagram really, so I'm not.
It says you got 23 people looking.
No, it don't.
Oh, sorry. That was 23 people that wasn't looking.
Mm-hmm.
But look,
nobody watches me on Instagram. I'm not even worried about it.
Hey, no, I don't like nobody in the North except the Lions. So therefore, I hate the Vikings. I definitely hate the Bears. Never like the Bears. I don't like the Bulls. I don't like the Chicago teams. So anyway, the Bears won today, and I hope they lose the rest of the season. And I hope Minnesota lose all their games too, and Green Bay.
Did Minnesota win today?
Ain't no telling. I think so, but I don't know. Did they?
Because I believe that was a close game at one point.
I think they did win, but I haven't seen a Minnesota highlight on here at all. So, but who cares? I don't like y'all no way, Minnesota. I don't like nothing about Minnesota, except the greatest artist of all time came from Minnesota. Just being honest.
The greatest artist, you talk about Prince?
Yeah, absolutely. Who else?
Well, speaking of music industry moguls, so to speak, let's talk a little bit more about your boy P. Diddy. P. Diddy, I guess, had a very I guess, had a third bail hearing, and he's hired.
Johnny Cochran's back.
No,
Oh, sorry.
he's hired some more experts. But Mike Love last week had a very interesting theory that I wanted him to speak on a little bit more this week. You believe that the reason that they're going after Diddy, which may be true, and this isn't excusing anything that he's ever done, because it's not, but it's because he was probably trying to take over the liquor industry. Now, you were telling me, you were giving me some interesting.
Well, apparently they when he was doing that him and the French company. I can't think of the name of the actual company, but they had a discussion about the liquor industry, and the company said they wanted him not to focus the Ciroc brand on other races' agendas. So only focus selling it in the urban community. And P. Diddy got upset because he feel that his brand will outsell their brand all over the world. But they want him to just focus on the urban community, meaning the black community. So he said, fuck them.
Yeah, urban is code word for black.
Mm-hmm. So he said, skip it. I'm just going to take over the liquor community. I mean, the liquor industry. And when he said that had to happen after the conversation, they put a mark on it. You taking away from him. You taking away from us. We want total control of that. You can't have that. We know who you are, but you can't have it. So I think that's where they went and put their hit out on him and said, we're just going to go ahead and just expose him. Let's just open up. Let's just let everybody in to go after him for what he be doing. Mm-hmm. You know, because, P. Diddy been doing what he was doing for years, okay? If it's been happening, it's been happening for years. Ain't like it just happened last month, last year, or last 5-7 years. It's been happening for years. And nobody pursued it, nobody touched him, or nothing else. As soon as he said that stuff, a year later, smack. Everybody, they going to his house, they find a baby oil, dogs versus cats, everything going on. Ghostbusters line. But they straight up arrested him. You know what I'm saying? I hope he ain't get the same lawyers he had representing Shine, because he gonna be ass out.
Man, Shine is doing well now. I heard he's held some political position back where he's from. Is he from Belize? Where was Shine from?
Somewhere in Haiti, or I don't know. I forgot where he's from. But the thing about it is, good catch. I don't know if who won this between Las Vegas. Sorry, I ain't mean to change the subject, but I'm watching these football highlights like it just happened. But anyway.
And Minnesota did beat the Jets today, 23-17.
Oh, okay. I hate Minnesota too, but we ain't gonna get back into that.
Sam Darnold balling.
Shine, Nas said he hated the way Puffy changed the lawyers on Shine during his case. Puffy did it on purpose. And Shine said it himself. Puffy brought out witnesses to put against him, opposed to trying to help him. And that's from Shine. So, crows come home to roost as far as Puffy goes.
The rumor I heard is that Shine took the fall for J-Lo. That's the rumor I heard. That J-Lo was the one who actually, had the piece or whatever. Because J-Lo was with them that night.
Yeah, I remember that. I could believe it. She ain't innocent. But she got off. And she dipped right after that. She was like, oh, no, Pappy. Oh, I'm not going to be with you, Pappy. Mm-hmm. Not going to happen.
Got me into this crazy shit, nigga.
she dipped.
Hanging out with you niggas.
She hit quick as hell.
Where's Ben Affleck?
She went right back looking for them. looking for him with his non-acting ass.
I'm gonna hustle this pussy to a baseball player.
Oh yeah, I forgot she did go after dude.
Maybe Ben Affleck could take me back.
And he did, didn't he? Did she leave him this time?
Now, I don't know. It's hard to keep up with J-Lo.
I don't know. Who cares?
Who have to look at her pussy facts.
We was walking around with bodies, the numbers of bodies that we done had on our forehead. I don't know how many J-Lo I have. 8 for sure. I don't know how many.
Well, you got more than 8.
I'm a guy. So,
Mike Love had 8 this week.
Nah, that's a lie right there.
Messing around with Michael Love. He's got a pussy surplus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see. Good thing, you know what? You ain't getting me in no situation, bro. Anyway, look. Next up.
Mike Love be clapping cheeks.
What the He dumb, dog. Anyway, man, let's get into this. Did we talk about the Vince McMahon documentary?
Yeah, we can. I did a
Vince McMahon.
Check out my video. Pretty much breaking down episode 1, letting the person who's not really a wrestling fan know who some of these people are in case you're interested in watching the wrestling documentary. I am a professional wrestling historian, so I can help you guys out as far as navigating who is who and why you should listen to them while you're watching the documentary.
And also, keep in mind, if you want to get into watching wrestling or whatever, you know the rules. They say, oh, don't watch it, it's fake. It is. It is entertainment.
I wouldn't say fake, though.
You know,
it is
the stuff
scripted.
that they do.
It is scripted and predetermined.
Yeah, it's predetermined. But I'm gonna say this: it's cool to watch it. If you sit up, you can sit up and watch a Medea play, or you can sit up and watch Law and Order,
A sports
or
opera.
Sports opera. That's what it is.
For people, do people still watch soaps?
I'm sure they do. I'm not for sure. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I ain't never been into that stuff myself. But
I used to watch One Life to Live when I was a little kid with my mama.
All right. Yeah, you had no choice.
You only got one life to live.
Right, so we got to put up with something from some lady. You know, even if it's mine. So, Mom, can I, yeah, you going to sit up and watch this show? Like, okay, Mom, I'll sit up and watch it. You know what I'm saying? So I can get some food. You know what I'm saying? She cooking everybody else, whatever she cooking them, but she got some stuff she cooking up. You know what I'm saying? That she gonna eat. I'm eating with her. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. But as far as the Vince McMahon thing go, it's cool to watch wrestling. Wrestling's cool. It's funny. I get my laugh off on it. Just certain stuff that happened. Certain stuff is very predictable. And I wouldn't want to work for him. That's for sure. Not as an intern or a ring person to put the ring together, or none of that stuff. Watch the Vince McMahon documentary, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
I want to get into some of the stuff on episode 1.
Man, I probably watched about 6 episodes of it.
That's all it is.
No, it's more.
It's only 6, ain't it?
No, it's more because it go from where he first started all the way up until the Attitude Era. I ain't really get deep into the Attitude Era yet.
Okay. Well, it starts out episode 1. He comes in, he sits down, and he says, you know, how they're getting ready to talk about him, and he isn't comfortable talking about him. Mike Love, I actually believe that because his job for all these years has been, how can I make people like you? or how can I get people into you? And it also goes into, I want to talk about his childhood. He grew up, I believe, in
A trailer park.
yes, in a trailer park somewhere in the mid-south. I forget exactly where they said. I'm getting old. The first thing they say goes is your memory, and the second thing I don't remember. But
You talking about how he was pretty much abused by his stepfather
and his mother.
and his mother. He was neglected by them both, and just a lot of stuff was going on in his life now.
Well, no, they never said his mother abused him. I'm telling a lie.
It was
But he was
stepfather.
abused. His stepfather was whooping on him a little bit.
Well, his dad, his father, his actual father, was running his promotion like not too far away from where they were at.
No, he was from Connecticut
He was
or
from
New York.
Connecticut, right.
He ran the Northeast.
Okay.
He ran the Northeast territory. The WWF was a Northeast territory that broke off from the NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance, back in the 60s, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm a historian, but I forgot more about this shit than the average person knows. So, I guess they meet. Vincent James McMahon, who was Vincent McMahon Sr., finally meets his 12-year-old son. And Vince says, Vincent Kennedy McMahon is Vince McMahon Jr. What's going on, fam? I ain't got nobody watching me on Instagram yet. People don't really watch me on Instagram like that, but that's okay because y'all giving me love on YouTube, and thank you. But so he meets his dad finally at 12. He meets his biological father. Now this is something interesting, Mike Love. He meets him when he's 12 years old, and is with them probably until he probably knew him from the time he was 12 to around the time he was 40 when McMahon Sr. died.
Right.
He said they used to work together. He never discussed why him and his dad never really talked about why he wasn't in his life at the age of 12. Do you believe that bullshit? Do you believe they never had that discussion?
It's kind of hard to call that, but again, Vince McMahon is an actor. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing about just entertainment.
Well, he said he wished he could tell the whole story, the documentary, and then he laughed. And they was like, well, tell it. He was like, no, I can't let you know everything about me. I think that's one of the things that he kind of held back on, because he was kind of vague on that. He was kind of vague about the abuse. He didn't really talk about his stepdad. He really didn't get into too much about his mama. But he talked a little bit about his relationship with his father. But one of the things that he said is they never talked about where the fuck were you until I was 12 years old. Well, this dude said that he didn't even know his last name was McMahon until he met his daddy.
I could believe that.
Oof.
I could believe that. I mean, think about it. I mean, if you look at life right now, it's kids that's born.
I can actually believe he didn't know his last name was McMahon. I believe that's the truth.
There's kids that's born right now, today and now, who don't know who their father is until later in life and had all the coolest stories on earth, except the true reason why he and the mother and the father ain't together anymore. The father was all the crooks, the criminals, the monsters, and everything else on earth. And the mother's was just sweet pound cakes all around her with hearts and angels and a halo over the head. You know what I'm saying? And And this is a story I'm giving to this child. So this child's got to go by what he was told by his mother, because his mama ain't gonna lie to you in his eyes. You know what I'm saying? And that
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, you know, and can do no wrong.
Because it had to be some lies there.
Right now.
Because she lied. If he didn't know what his last name really was, that's a lie right there.
Right.
Off rip, that's a lie.
Now,
then so who knows what else he lied about?
But on the flip side, he had a kid. She had a kid named, and she named him Vince after the daddy. Mm-hmm. But the daddy could have said, "You better not name this child after me."
Could have.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's two sides to the coin.
Or maybe he didn't know about the kid till the kid was 12.
And that's true.
Maybe it was that.
The way that he
But
said,
we don't know because he didn't get into it.
Well, the one thing he did say is when he met his father didn't deny him.
No.
What he did,
gave him a little pat.
Gave him a pat on his back or his arm or shoulder or whatever, and made him, instead of my son, you about to be my business partner. You're going to work for me. He said, my dad was never like, he was never like the father to me, but what he was bringing me into the business, and he was showing me this stuff and teaching me, and he was just, it was all business with him, strictly business. In fact, when the guy said that he wanted more money, my father said, you know what, you're going to be the new announcer. Did he not?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Words?
That's exactly what happened.
And voice?
I don't know. I think Vince always wanted to be in the business since he met his dad, and his dad had him around the business. Vince developed a passion for it like nobody else.
No, but he didn't know about wrestling, really, right?
Nope, not until he met his daddy. So I don't think his daddy pulled him into it. I think it was kind of voluntarily.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like Joe Jackson. You gonna sing and you gonna dance, or I'm gonna beat your motherfucking ass.
Yeah, but even the Joe Jackson story, though. Even the Joe Jackson story, he didn't always have him singing. Not until Tito Jackson was messing with them strings. Told him, don't mess with my guitar. Don't play with my guitar. It's not a toy. He was, and the mama, oh, don't worry about it, baby. Go ahead and play. It's all right. Boink. And he broke the strings. And the daddy came home. He knew who did it. He said, oh, okay, you know what? I'm going to beat your ass. Oh, but wait a minute.
Because you know how much strings cost. I got all these fucking kids here I got to take care of. Where I'm going to get some more motherfucking money to fix this goddamn string?
And then his brain kicked in like the Grinch who stole Christmas.
That's funny than a motherfucker.
So you want to learn how to play the guitar, huh? There's something to this. Play this guitar, boy. And you know, that's what he did. He said, and what he said on a what's that? One of them doggone talk shows. Tito Jackson said, not to drift away from the conversation, but Tito Jackson said that his daddies went and got another guitar, gave him the guitar that he broke, and he just bought him another guitar. He was good, and he let Tito continue to play on that guitar. I hope he fixed the strings at least. You know what I'm saying? If you got 6 strings on the guitar, it ain't fair. I broke 2, and you only gonna let me just play with these 4. I need those other 2. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's 6 strings on the guitar. I touched the guitar once or twice. I can't play worth shit though. But anyway.
So now Vince is announcer, and Bruce Pritchard, who's
prick.
He's a wrestling historian, though, a little bit, and
has
a very, very entertaining podcast. It does pretty good impressions if you ever listen to him.
That's Brother Love.
He does very good impressions. He does a great Vince McMahon. He does a very good Dusty Rhodes.
But he sucked as a promoter. And I've said this on a couple of other shows.
As an executive or a booker.
Yeah, he's more of a booker. He used to be good back in the day, but one thing about Bruce Pritchard, and I really don't like Bruce Pritchard have a habit of booking black wrestlers, black male wrestlers, into garbage.
Well,
they don't give
most of the promoters do.
They don't, but you got some who will give you a title. I mean, say what you want about WCW.
Peter Maivia, thank you very much, over in California.
Right.
You know, he helped a lot of black guys out a lot. One impregnated his daughter, though, and made Dwayne Johnson. But, you know, Peter Maivia used to love niggas. Bad News Island talks real fine about Peter Maivia.
Did you really have to say it like that?
I just told the truth.
Yeah, I can't argue the truth. I mean, you know, some truth. Paul Pierce's truth, you can't argue. But anyway, shout out to Paul Pierce. But anyway, he be saying some crazy shit, though. Man, he said he had a better mixtape than Dwayne Wade. I argue that all day. And I like Paul Pierce as a player. I ain't gonna lie, because I always liked the Celtics. But I don't follow him now. I don't follow the NBA now, really, because until y'all get rid of that damn walking with that ball and traveling with it at the same time, and that damn LeBron flip-flopping, I don't care if it's both his sons, his daughter, anybody else playing in the NBA. They can play all day. Until y'all get rid of that bullshit y'all be doing in the NBA, I got no words for you. Not even the Pistons.
Well,
extra sensitive ass league. Anyway, what you got to say?
Well,
Carl, like I said,
I kind of lost track. We go back to Vince.
As far as Vince McMahon go,
we're talking about Bruce Pritchard. Bruce Pritchard said that he didn't think Vince McMahon. Also, the brother of Dr. Tom Pritchard. You remember Dr. Tom Pritchard?
I remember Dr. Tom Pritchard, the wrestler. He was a Jim Cornette guy.
Yeah, was a Smoky Mountain and WWE Tag Team Champion with
Gigolo
Jimmy Del Rey. The Heavenly Bodies.
Yes, but that dance Del Rey be doing, dog.
Also, if you watch the beginning of when USWA came out, had some pretty good message with Jeff Jarrett back in the day as a single. But going back to it, Bruce Pritchard said that Vince McMahon was a horrible commentator. I disagree with that.
I do too.
I think because Vince was still very good at telling a story. Now, he couldn't call out every single wrestling move, say like a Mike Tenay or a Jim Ross.
He didn't have
to. He got what a maneuver. That's what that's what he would say. He wouldn't say exactly what the move was. Like, I saw he moonsault. No, he'd be like, oh, what a maneuver.
No, he didn't have to. He didn't have to,
but he told the story very well.
Think about it. Now, here's the deal. And cats, even the historians and cats and that were watching wrestling back in the 80s and all that. And maybe I'm wrong, but I think before I even knew about Vince McMahon, Daddy owning it, because I ain't getting into wrestling until after Hogan won the belt. So Vince McMahon was a commentator. Bruno Sammartino and Jesse the Body, all three of them used to commentate together. Mean Gene used to do the promo interviews, and the Fink used to announce, right? Mm-hmm. And I personally did not know. I ain't look at the credits and all that shit. I didn't get into all that. I watched wrestling. The first heel I ever liked was Donna, the magnificent Don Morocco. It was, Piper, of course, came later. I seen Piper later, I'm going to say. But anyway, the magnificent Morocco was wrestling. And I never knew Vince McMahon was the owner. I swear I did not. It was just like, it never was portrayed that, hey, Vince, Mr. McMahon and all that shit like y'all watch now.
I was going to say that. When I was little, I didn't really know Vince McMahon was the owner. But unlike all the other promotions, as far as like the NWA, Jim Crockett promotions, so one of the Crockett's was the owner. The AWA, as soon as it came on, it would say Vern Gagne presents.
Yep.
So Vern Gagne ran the old AWA.
But to credit those guys, NWA and all that, you never knew that Dusty Rhodes was a promoter. You never knew that Ole Anderson was a promoter. Nobody knew that. You know what I'm saying?
Or the head booker.
Or the head booker, for that matter. Somebody sent some balloons on my Instagram. What up, though?
What's happening, fam?
Yeah. So, you never knew about that. But I'll say, as far as Vince McMahon, I definitely ain't know Vince McMahon owned it. Even when Ric Flair popped up over there and he slapped Roddy Piper. And Roddy Piper tried to hit him with the chair, missed, and hit Vince McMahon. Now, Piper apologized to him over and over, but you've seen guys dog Vince McMahon out, literally dog him out on wrestling, on a Saturday, and, and talk junk to him. Like Jesse the Body used to go off. But you never knew that Jesse the Body was fighting Vince McMahon because he was trying to unionize the wrestlers. Shout out to Jesse the Body Ventura. The NFL union, he was going to use the same union that represent the NFL players until Hulk Hogan, the liar of wrestling.
He's not a fan of Mr. Hogan.
No, I never liked Hulk Hogan. So, because he was just a barrier. He buried everybody. Anybody that came in there sweet. Like, they didn't talk about this on the documentary, but they talk about it later on shoots where Mr. Perfect was supposed to win the Royal Rumble. Mm-hmm. And Hulk Hogan wanted to be in the Royal Rumble. You don't supposed to be in it. You're the champion. You're supposed to sit your ass out and chill until somebody win it, and they're the number one contender. But he won the Royal Rumble. And ironically, the last person to get thrown out was who? Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect was the last one again. And ironically, it was the guy to win it. Hulk Hogan. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, but as far as Vince McMahon and then Bruce Pritchard, Bruce Pritchard was talking about he was a horrible commentator. Vince McMahon was a good commentator. And this is how good he was. I didn't like him because I liked the heels. So that's why Jesse the Body was my favorite commentator. You know what I'm saying?
Jesse the Body was funny.
Yeah, I like Jesse. And Jesse, Bruno Sammartino, and Vince McMahon complimented each other. Even though them two didn't like Vince McMahon for different reasons, they worked together. They kept it professional, and they worked together. Because they could have just beat the brakes off Vince McMahon, but then you got to keep this in mind. I watched the Friday Night Videos back in the day, and Hulk Hogan had hosted it with Vince McMahon.
On NBC back in the day, because I used to love this. Mm-hmm. If you stay up late at night, because I was very young, after the Tonight Show would be Friday Night Videos, and they would show the best pop music videos of that time.
Until Run DMC came along.
Yeah. So Friday Night Videos was hot, like even before MTV was hot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just came out late on Friday nights. Like for people who couldn't get to the club that night, you could watch Friday Night Videos and jam at home with your kid that you couldn't get a babysitter for because the man left because she was just throwing that hot pussy around and now you got a baby that the daddy don't care about. But go ahead.
Idiot. So I watched Friday Night Videos and I never knew how big as far as workout Vince had paused. How much Vince McMahon who knew Vince McMahon was in the gym? This dude on Friday Night Videos with a cut up shirt, him and Hulk Hogan.
Who knew Vince McMahon had a horse stick?
This is not me. This is this guy talking. I'm going to say pause. Please pause it, bro.
Pause.
Please pause it. I got to go if you not pause it, I swear.
That's why he walked like that.
Well, I don't know about that.
No chance. That's what that pussy's got.
Keep y'all kids off YouTube. Don't have them watching YouTube at all. I'm just letting y'all know. Don't even have them on Instagram, Facebook Marketplace, or anything else. Y'all. TikTok.
I'm sorry, I had to.
Don't do it.
You said
do it. Hey, don't do it.
I won't put it on my TikTok.
Man, you ain't got no choice. We done cuss 30 times already. But yeah, but anyway, I ain't gonna drip on this Vince McMahon thing too long. It's a good documentary though if you are a historian, if you do watch wrestling or whatever. And even if you're not and you want to know about Vince McMahon, and see the stuff that's going on with his
Or
life.
even if you're just in the documentaries, I would give you it's a suggestion. Even though it's still some things he's very vague about. At least in episode 1.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
All of them.
I recommend it. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
So go ahead and check it out.
Yeah, it's good. So I'll get into my ratings. You got your phone with you? Oh, you got it on there. I did a ratings a rating hookup on there
I believe I kind of remember what
for
you
Bad
said.
Blood. Let me see something right quick. I got you.
Bad Blood. Mike Love's going to run down the order of the matches, and we're going to talk about it like that. Is that cool?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll talk about it like that. Are you going to go in order?
Order
the card
Yeah. Bad Blood was pay-per-view that came on last night
from Atlanta, Georgia.
live from Atlanta. Yep, it was on live on TikTok. They're doing a replay. You can go to it at any time if you got
Live
TikTok.
on Peacock.
Peacock only. And the first match it was CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, which was a personal favorite of mine per se. I think it was like it was one of the best matches of the night.
And it was on the top of the card, too.
It was on the top of the card. Should have been the main event, honestly. But it wasn't. So, but I'm not the booker. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the bookers. Y'all should have booked it last. But anyway, I gave it 4 stars out of 5. Why did I give it 4 out of 5? Because of the simple fact I was waiting for somebody to go on top of the cage. They didn't go up top of the cage to duke it out. They stayed inside, which is where it really should be settled in. And Triple H brought that point out in the post show.
I thought that the match was the best on the card, too. They actually got color. You don't see that as much. Which means when they bleed.
Yeah.
Which means when they bleed, when they get color. And Drew McIntyre was bleeding like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
but and they don't really do that in the WWE as much anymore. But it was a very competitive match. Started out with CM Punk bled first, I believe.
Yeah, he did.
It was probably one of the more bloody cage matches I've seen in a long time. Kind of reminds me of back in the day, Magnum TA versus Tully Blanchard. You know,
that was classic.
Yeah, it
Still
was
greatest,
bloody like that.
One of the greatest matches ever.
One of the greatest cage matches I've ever seen.
And that was was that a I Quit match, or that was a cage? Wasn't it?
Yes, it was an I Quit cage match. I believe it might have been at the first Starrcade, right?
Yeah, definitely was. And that's what put Tully Blanchard on the map, personally. Him and Magnum, for that matter.
Probably more so. Well, maybe both of them. They both were stars. You know, Tully Blanchard was there last night.
Yeah, him and Double A. Yeah, but as far as CM Punk and Drew McIntyre go, that was a good match. You could tell it was. I mean, even after the match, as they was leaving, CM Punk fell out and everything. You know, I can dig it. That was a good match. It's definitely a worth watch if you want to watch a good pay-per-view. That match right there was good. So I'm going to go to the second match, which would have been...
Well, what was your rating for it?
Oh, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars.
Okay. I give it 4 stars as well.
Okay. The second match, we have Nia Jax versus Bayley for the Women's World Championship on SmackDown. I gave it a 3-star match. It started off real good, but then the products became predictable. You know, that was a thing. That's what I'm looking for.
I think it was the worst match on the card. Well, and I've actually seen worse, so I'm not going to dog the ladies out too bad.
Right.
I think Nia Jax is actually beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
I think she has a really pretty face. You know, some people don't like her because she might be a little hefty, but I think she's a good-looking woman.
Yeah, she's pretty.
The size differential though makes it hard for me to believe that it would be a competitive match anyway.
Entertainment.
Yeah, it's entertainment, but this wasn't all that entertaining. So at the end of it was a little bit of drama though, where her friend, Nia Jax's friend, comes in to help her. Her friend happens to have the money in the bank. Now this part was actually pretty good. Actually has the money in the bank thing where you win money in the bank, so you can cash that in and get a championship match. Her best friend has it, so her best friend, the referee, gets hurt, and that part was pretty good too. How she fell on the referee, gets hurt. So her friend, what was the girl's name?
Oh, Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffany Stratton.
Story with that
comes in and hits Bailey.
Yeah.
With the money in the bank thing, and she tries to grab the money in the bank thing, and the referee has it. So Nia Jax sits up like the Undertaker and sees her with it.
Yeah,
like she was getting ready to cash it in. Now we don't know if she was gonna cash it in for real or not, because she did look at them both laying there, and Nia Jax just get up like the Undertaker. And, or Jason funny. Used to get up like that, too.
Yeah,
he'd be fucked up, and then he would just
sit up. Michael Myers.
He'd just sit up and kind of stare at you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I seen that happen.
And see, that happened. And, so Nia Jax, which could be another story, could be a story that leads to her and Tiffany Stratton facing off later on.
The thing with that story is, it all started when she won the Money in the Bank case, and she went and befriended Nia Jax, gave her a little celebration and all this stuff to try to stay close to her, to be, you know what I'm saying, keep your friends close but keep your enemies closer type thing. Mm-hmm. So she could sneak her at any time, because she could have cashed it in like a couple times. She just didn't. Mm-hmm. And she tried once before, but that's the whole thing with that. But that Money in the Bank thing was the funniest part of that match. Mm-hmm. That was the only part that made me like the match as much as I could say I did. Because when
it woke me out of the coma, the beginning of the match had me in it.
Well, I expected Nia Jax to dominate, and she was doing just that until she was goofed off. But when what's her name? Tiffany Stratton threw the suitcase and hit Bailey in the head. She threw it, tried to hit Bailey, and Bailey caught it and threw it back and hit Tiffany Stratton in the head. That junk just had me rolling. I swear, that was the funniest junk I ever seen. I was playing dodgeball. But anyway,
Nia Jax goes over in the match and gets the win. I don't really even want to talk about this shit no more.
Yeah, I was glad though. I'm a heel, so I like the bad guys.
But Nia Jax ended up going over and
what did you give it?
I gave it a 3.5.
You gave it a 3.5.
Just because I love the end of the match.
Well,
so I gave
it was nice. Points. I gave it a 3. I'm just gonna give you a spoiler. I ain't give no halves out, but I did give her a 3. So the next match was Damian Priest, Finn Balor.
Pretty solid match, I think.
I thought it was cool. I was hoping wasn't nobody gonna jump out, but it was predictable. It was too predictable that somebody would, and it happened. And the whole match to me started to go to the toilet, and the way it ended predictable. But nonetheless, I was nice. I gave it 4 stars. I'm not gonna even get into the details of the match. You can watch it yourself. Be the judge.
It's 3. I gave it 3.5 stars because it was so predictable.
Yeah.
But I actually think the action in the match was good.
Yeah, it was. It was good.
Of course, but you expect that from those two because they're good performers.
Yeah.
They're very good.
Yeah. Finn Balor, favorite guy on Raw.
So, but the predictability of the match with the interference and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Now,
just because you knew they were coming.
Oh, yeah. So, speaking of Judgment Day, Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. Dominic Mysterio was supposed to be suspended in the air in a shark cage. That's what was announced. But that part never happened. He was just in the shark cage. And normally shark cages are normally suspended above the rim.
Ring. It didn't go there. They just lifted it up
They
a
just
little
lifted
bit.
it up a little bit, about 7 feet up in the air. So 8 maybe. That was an alright match. It was funny as hell to me because of the stuff that was happening. I did not expect to see what's her name, Rodriguez come back and jump in it. People made it like that she ruined it, but you got to remember, Rhea Ripley put her out of action months and months and months and months ago when was that Liv Morgan and Rodriguez and I forgot her. Rodriguez was tag team champions. So anyway, that's Rhea just got what she got coming. I gave it 3 stars.
Yeah, no, because I can't say that the Nia Jax Bailey match was better than that. 3 3/4 stars.
That's a first. That's got to be a first in all-star rating histories. 3/4. So next is the what's that? Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Well, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa and Mr. Fatu, the youngest Fatu.
Sequoia.
Sequoia Fatu. No, that don't even sound right.
No, Sequoia.
Solo Sequoia.
Sequoia, yeah.
Yeah, so he that was a good match to me. I liked the match. Even though I knew
you knew it was gonna be interference here too, but
it's bloodline rules. So you gotta expect that. When it's bloodline rules, that people could jump in there.
Even though it was predictable, they did it a little bit better.
Yeah. Now what the throw off was, I didn't expect it. I did not expect Jimmy.
As soon as I seen him in that hood, I knew it was Jimmy.
I knew it was him then, but I didn't expect him to show tonight. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That because I was seeing stuff where people was like pray for Jimmy Uso and all this type of stuff. So I thought he was out, sick or something like that. I could expect another Fatu or another member of their family to jump in it. It wasn't Jimmy. I didn't expect that. Mm-hmm. So I liked the match. I gave it 5 stars up until, I still gave it 5. But because it was a good match to me.
It was very good. It was very good. It was a close second, the close second best. You might even be able to say that was the best match of the show. Yeah. Because of all the drama that happened at the end.
I liked it. It was my favorite match out of all.
I thought it was very good. The first match was my favorite, but I thought this was good too.
It crept past the CM Punk Drew McIntyre match because that definitely would have been my favorite match. It was my favorite one-on-one for sure. Mm-hmm. And
this one might have been more exciting because there was more people in it.
Yeah,
because it was a tag match.
It was a lot going on in the match and stuff like that. Now, after the match, got interesting. I didn't expect to see The Rock. The Rock did show up. He came out there with a look of disappointment because he seen Roman Reigns standing side by side with Cody Rhodes, and they beat up and Jimmy Uso, and they beat up the other Bloodline guys, the Tongas, the Hakus, and all 5 twos. So
them Samoans are supposed to play primitive characters, but all them kids, they knew how to ask for some pussy though, didn't they?
See, and here's the deal, but see, that's the thing. What I don't like about Bruce Pritchard, Vince McMahon, and those guys, and they promoting. I mean, it wasn't just them. All the promoters was doing it. Like they had the Samoan guys. Shout out to the Samoan Dynasty. They had all of them running around biting raw chickens and raw fish. The Sika and Alpha. had them just doing the dumbest shit. You know what I'm saying? Or black people and running around barefooted. Or they had black wrestlers running around. They got a juke and jive and dance and
soul band,
right,
Rocket Johnson,
a soul guy, or you got they barefooted. You know what I'm saying? They run around as a headhunter and all that type of dumb shit. Man, yeah, I have my comments about that stuff. But in the meantime, y'all wear the white wrestlers. They other than the Moondogs, because they had them labeled as dumb hillbillies that run around eating on with soup bones and tore up blue jeans and rugged hair. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't like that promotion type of stuff. That promotes stuff. This is what we're gonna do to you. You know what I'm saying? I just think that sucks. But anyway, as far as it goes, The Rock came out. He looked at mad as heck with his belt. He don't never put on the line. And he threw the
what belt is that? Why does he have
That's the Brahma Bull belt he got back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he went and did the people's eyebrow and I looked at them like, oh, is this what's going on? But see, what I seen, and he left. He was out there for 30 seconds and he left.
That's all you need The Rock to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need him to show up. And he
don't say a word, man. He ain't say a word. It just, his presence speaks volumes. But you got to remember, he's the final boss. And that's what he did, final boss stuff. And he left. And they just stood there looking like, damn, oh, shoot, it's about to go down. So you already know Survivor Series will be coming up soon. Oh, now here's my question to you. Mm-hmm. What do you think about this belt that they made for the Crown Royal thing?
I think it's interesting. I think that it might be. Would it be replacing maybe the King of the Ring?
No,
it won't.
No. It's you win it. It's a pay-per-view they have called
Crown Jewel. I watched
Crown
it.
Jewel.
I saw it last year. It was very good.
That's where they defended it.
So I guess once a year it'll be a belt that you take home one time only, where they put all the champion, the world champion against the Universal champion,
which is,
and whoever wins that belt. And they get to keep it until, I guess, the next year. I think it's an interesting wrinkle. I think it's interesting. I think the belt is beautiful, though.
Yeah, the belt is nice. But I think you halfway right.
50 carats of diamonds?
Yeah.
You think I'm halfway right? Where am I wrong? Because I'm never wrong.
What was it? What did you say you think it was again?
I think it's an interesting wrinkle.
Right.
I think
that's where the halfway right is at. I think it is a wrinkle. I think it is utterly ridiculous.
You see all them wrinkles on Kamala Harris's neck?
I was not going into politics this week, but
did you see that shit?
I'm trying not to look. You should.
Ooh-wee. I bet you can slide your dick right up and down them wrinkles and get a nut.
Oh, the Texans beat Buffalo, guys. So anyway, as far as that belt go, I just think it's dumb because you go to Dubai once a year for this pay-per-view called Crown Jewel.
Is it Dubai or is it somewhere in Saudi Arabia?
I thought I was Dubai. But it could be
somewhere beautiful.
It's in Saudi Arabia.
It's somewhere beautiful.
That's where it's at. But they go there and they defend the title in Saudi Arabia, and they wind up.
Is Dubai in Saudi Arabia? I'm sorry.
I thought it was. That's all right. You good? I think it was. I don't know. I could be wrong. Hey, if we wrong, then hey guys, let us know. We don't know our geography. So anyway, look, that belt to me, I think is dumb. I just think it's dumb because for the simple fact, out of all the belts in the world, you can bring back the TV title, you bring back the United States title, or the United States is here. You bring back the TV title.
The Western States Heritage Championship.
Something like that. Or the European title. Mm-hmm. You could bring those belts back, but you want to keep creating dumb belts like the 24/7 championship, which was the dumbest thing on earth. And that's the belt you want to give R-Truth, though, by the way. That's what I'm talking about, where you promote black wrestlers to do dumb stuff. Anyway, I think that belt sucks. But anyway, I want to get into something. I was looking at the clips they were showing after the pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see that with Cody Rhodes?
Mm-hmm.
I knew it was going to happen. I thought it was going to happen at the pay-per-view, but it did not. Kevin Owens jumping Cody Rhodes. Kevin Owens, they said it. If you're friends with the bloodline, you're not a friend of mine. He told Sami Zayn that. He said it. He never going to like the bloodline. So I could see Cody Rhodes getting another match on with Kevin Owens. And he better watch Mr. RKO. Because to me, that's the one. What's that? He the wrong one. But enough about that pay-per-view. Out of the pay-per-view, I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. And I'm going to leave it at that.
I give it a solid 4 stars. It was solid. It was pretty entertaining. The matches were at least all right. It wasn't no just complete shit matches on a pay-per-view, so I give it a solid. The WWE does pay-per-view very well.
Right. I heard that they are you familiar with the wrestler named Abyss?
Mm-hmm.
Now, he's one of the promoters over there now.
Well, AEW or WWE? Oh, really?
Yeah, he was the one that did the Hell in a Cell match. He was the one that promoted that. And I thought he did a phenomenal job because Abyss I thought was a phenomenal wrestler. I was wishing that he could have came over in the early 2000s to the WWE, but it didn't happen. But enough about that. Check out the Vince McMahon documentary again, guys. I think it's pretty good from what I've seen so far. It's going to get into the Attitude Era if you guys are interested. Anyway, so what's next up on the grab? What's next up?
Oh, I think that'll be about it for this week because we've already went into 6 minutes of overtime.
Oh, shoot.
We got to leave you guys wanting more. We can't give you everything on
I say give you the whole shebang, but he says no.
You need to want more, so you come back and check us out.
That's right.
And don't forget, y'all, thank you everybody who subscribed to us from the last time we've been here. We are now up to 42 subscribers. Thank you so much. We need 50, though, to be able to go live so you guys aren't watching pre-recorded content and we'll be able to give you content a little bit more consistently. So please like, share, subscribe. For the team leader.
And also for Sports Docs. Maybe you put me on the spot with that. Sports Docs spot.
We'll see you next Sunday.
And when we get to 100 subscribers, Young Mick will sing for you. He said it.
Ooh-wee. Y'all have a good night.